Hey there everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Kim with Crafted by Kim. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for joining us. If you're coming back for another round of fun, exciting stuff to make and to create, I'm glad you're coming back. Again, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. I've got some fun stuff today, so let's see what I got going on. For the first DIY, I take 4 of the wooden blocks, take the stickers off of the back of them, and I stain them with varathane in the golden oak color. Once the blocks are dry, I take black acrylic paint around the edges of the blocks, and then I glue them together with the Surebonder hot glue gun and a little bit of the Dollar Tree wood glue. Next, I use one of the Merry wooden cutouts along with 2 of the wooden Christmas trees. They're like stickers that come in a pack along with the snowflakes and the stars. So once I get them out of the package, the first thing I do is I paint the 2 trees green with the Deco Art forest green is the color that I use. After that, I paint the Merry sign, the letters with the Waverly chalk paint in plaster. And then the deer that's on the end, I actually used, I think it's an antique nickel color that I used to paint that. Once they're dry, I take a dab of hot glue on each one of them and I glue them to the 4 wooden blocks. Next, I take 2 packs of the bottle brush Christmas trees, take the bottoms off, and they actually come off pretty easy. I think they screw off at the bottom. So I screwed all 4 of the bottoms off of the trees. After the plastic bottoms are all taken off, I take a power drill and drill a small hole in the middle of each of the blocks. Now with this, you could probably just use a screwdriver and a screw to do it, not necessarily a power tool. I just found that it was easier, but the wood is soft enough that you could easily just screw a screw into it to make the hole. Once the holes are drilled, use a little bit of hot glue, put the trees down inside, let them dry, and this is what it looks like when I was finished. DIY number 2 is probably the easiest one of the video. So you just need one of the glass vases from the Dollar Tree, some Epsom salt, a couple of the larger bells that are in the Christmas section, and just start putting it together. So I dumped some of the Epsom salt into the bottom of the glass vase, took some of the pine cones from the Dollar Tree as well. I believe these are from the fall, but they also have them out at Christmas time, and I dropped those down into the bottom of the vase. And then I take the bells and I take the top off of the first one. So just the greener that comes off so that they'll sit better down inside the vase.
Christmas lights are all around. I can see them now. It's like they spell your name.
I decided I wanted to add a little bit of color to it, so I took some red ribbon that I had bought from the Dollar Tree last year and wrapped it around the bottom and just put a little dab of hot glue on it to hold it in place. Once it was all glued into place, this is how it turned out. This is a really easy project. If you guys want to create one of your own, you could really put anything inside of it. I love how it came out. DIY number 3 is another one that's fairly simple to make. I had 2 of these wooden boxes left over from another project. They're the ones that come with the tops that have like cutouts on top. And I'm sorry I don't have a picture of it, but they're like, I think some of them have rainbows and that sort of thing. So I just used some hot glue, again, the Surebonder wood glue, and glued one on top of the other one. Once it was glued down, I took Varathane, the golden oak color again, and I stained both boxes.
Christmas lights are all around. I can see them now. It's like they spell your name. It's insane. Now we're back here once again. Holidays and cheer. But now I got my eye set on you. I'm not gonna.
Next, I took one of the snowflakes out of that little sticker pack and used some black acrylic paint and painted it black.
It's going down on Christmas Day.
While I'm waiting for the paint to dry, I take some ribbon and I cover the seam around the 2 boxes just by dabbing some hot glue again onto the box and wrapping the ribbon around the boxes. Next, I just added one of the glass bowls on top, a red candle, put some white rocks around it, and used the rest of those pine cones that I had from a previous project, and it was done. Super, super simple, and I think it turned out great.
Open fire from the light to the mistletoe. And as soon as you remove that snow, I'll keep you warm, but tell me one thing. Is there anything you're missing? We will be.
So in the next DIY, it's something fairly simple. I take 2 of the wax warmers that have the snowflakes on top, take them outside, use some white acrylic spray paint, and spray them both and get them nice and covered. Once they're dry, take them inside, and I use the bark brown paint and dry brush to bring out the snowflakes so you can see them better. And it also gives that more of like that farmhouse or rustic look. Once they're dry, I take 2 of the glass votive candle holders, use some of the E6000 glue, and glue them on top of the wax warmers. I let them dry overnight so that they're nice and sturdy. Take some of the wire garland ties that you get at the Dollar Tree, wrap it around, dab a little bit of hot glue on there. To finish these off, I use some of the berry garland just to add some color, wrap it around, again, use a little bit of hot glue to hold it in place. Put a candle down inside, and I think these came out absolutely beautiful. You could use them anywhere. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. It was a really easy craft to make.
Here comes the jolly season again with the sleigh bells and choirs sing.
For my last project, I used 2 of the hanging shelves that are wooden, hold them together by using some of the paint sticks, hot gluing them in place on the back. Next, I take 2 gallon-sized paint sticks and cut them down to size so that they fit one on each side. Next, I'm going to take Waverly chalk paint in white and paint both of the boards and give it a really good, nice, thick coat to cover all of the wood. While that's drying, I take the 2 gallon-sized paint sticks that I cut down to size and paint them in an acrylic black. So I wanted to give the wood boards more of a rustic look. So I take a black paint pen, draw some lines across the boards that I painted white, and then I'm going to go back in with some black acrylic paint and just dry brush over top of it, like again, just to give it that distressed wood look. After I had it the way I wanted it to look, I took the black paint sticks that I had painted earlier and just used some hot glue and glued one on each side. Now that the sign's all put together, I'm going to decorate it by using my Cricut machine, made the letters and put them on top of the sign, went back in with some hooks that I purchased on Amazon, measured the middle first, drilled a hole in the middle so that I could put the first hook on, and then just kind of eyeball the other two hooks so that they would be nice and straight. Now that the hooks are on, I wanted to add just something else, but still leave it a little bit simple without going too extravagant or too much. Took some of that beaded garland from the Dollar Tree and just glued some across the middle of the sign. And in this next step, I definitely would have done things differently. I would have put the back on before I put the hooks on because I was afraid I was going to mess up the front of the sign when I started doing this. I used one of the chains from one of the hanging baskets from the spring section at the Dollar Tree. Used two little screws, screwed them into the back, and just attached the chain to the back of the sign, and it was ready to go. I think it came out really cute, pretty functional at the same time. I don't know that I would put anything really heavy in it, but if you're just using it for decor, it's perfect. I hope you guys like everything I did today. Come back, check it out again. I have got another one coming up. I'm going to hope to post it by Sunday. If not, it will be early next week. And thank you guys for watching. Again, put comments down below, subscribe, and let me know how I'm doing. Thanks. See you guys again soon.